Yeah, so I'd been a Justice Department spokesperson for over 15 years, both a political appointee, also a career employee. And I wanted to speak out yesterday because I wanted to give voice to the hundreds of DOJ employees who have been unlawfully terminated by under Todd Blanche's leadership. That was my experience. I was doing my regular work, and then all of a sudden, I get a note signed by Todd Blanche saying, "You're done." And I was escorted out of the building within an hour after receiving that note.
No explanation, no rationale, no reason, nothing.
Nothing. I still don't know exactly why I was fired. Clearly, I was a spokesperson for Jack Smith. Todd Blanche saw me in the courtroom over multiple times in Florida and D.C. But I have been given no explanation as to why I was fired.
Can you tell me, there was part of your remarks yesterday that caught me, and it was the mention of Stanley Woodward.
Yes, it caught me too, yes.
Our folks may remember he represented a great number of the J6 associates of Donald Trump. He also represented Walt Nauta, the co-defendant in the classified docs case. And in your testimony yesterday, you said that he actually, when you saw him in the halls, that he came and shook your hand and said that you were still around the Department of Justice. And for folks to know, he's essentially the number 2 at the Department of Justice right now. So if he was sincere in that, could you explain how you guys and how prosecutors in the DOJ currently are viewing the axis of power? Is it singularly Todd Blanche and Harvey Dillon effectively going and axing people? Who is everybody fearful of? Is it essentially avoid Todd Blanche in the office?
I think that the challenge you have is you don't know who to fear, right? People have been fired for simply doing their job. They just didn't like the job that they had done under the previous administration or the cases they had been assigned under the previous administration. You can be fired for saying no to something that somebody has asked you to do. You can be fired for speaking up and saying, this isn't legal. A court injunction has said you can't do this. And so where does that come from? We don't know. Sometimes you get an email and it's from the White House. Sometimes you get an email and it's from the Deputy Attorney General. Sometimes you get an email, it's from the Attorney General. You don't know where it's going to come from.
A question is, first of all, again, I'm going to continue to say that is crazy because we should, even though this has become par for the course for this administration, you know, retribution is a part of their governing philosophy. And especially it's been imbued or tried to be imbued into I think the veins of the Justice Department, but we should never be okay with that. And so every time it's crazy, I'm going to continue to say that it is crazy. Here's my question. What do you think about the people still working in the Justice Department? Because and people should know this was August 2025 that Todd Blanche saw you in the hallway, and then 2 hours later, they're like, "Oh, you must go. We didn't know you were in here." And I think that matters because that means you were there from January. Like you continued to be there. You were there for about 8 months before they figured out, like, oh wait, I think Peter Carr gotta go.
Not like the other.
Yeah, like, and it's crazy because Peter Carr. I mean. You are a Republican. You're a Republican. Okay?
Yes.
He came up on the spokesperson side like me, just on the other side. So I appreciate the spokesperson folks. What do you think about the people still in the Justice Department right now? Because there's a school of people out there that say, honestly, given what's happening, nobody should be working there if they don't agree with what's going on. And then there's a school of thought that says, well, there are a lot of people that are career there that care about the rule of law. And even though this president and his AG don't care, or his AG pick don't care, these folks care and they want to continue to do some good work. Where do you fall on that?
I am fully in the second camp. 99% of what happens in the Justice Department happens because of the career employees there. And they are doing tremendously great work. Most of the things that we talk about at the Justice Department that are concerning, that is DOJ leadership. And it's not trickling down to the people who are doing day in, day out the work of the Justice Department. So we want good people there. We want them to stay there. I work for an organization called Justice Connection. Part of what we want to do is let them know that we have their backs so that when they get in that moment where they have to make a decision, that they've been asked to do something that they just can't ethically or legally or morally do, that they have an organization that it has their backs and that can help them.